Movie throws us straight into chaos, led by a protagonist who is, quite frankly, a mess. She's impulsive, emotionally unstable, and wildly unpredictable. On the surface, she hides everything behind sarcasm, reckless confidence, and nonstop jokes. Her obsession with blasting 1980s pop music isn't just quirky flavor, it's a coping mechanism. Underneath all that noise is unresolved pain she'd rather laugh through than confront. This is not a noble, polished superhero, and that's intentional. Things escalate quickly when she's dragged into a world-ending threat, forcing her to team up with a group of fellow outsiders. And predictably, this team is just as dysfunctional as she is. These aren't disciplined heroes, they're misfits, weirdos, people who probably shouldn't be trusted with saving the world. But somehow, they're the only option. As the story moves forward, the group is pushed to do the impossible: work together. Constant bickering and clashing personalities threaten to tear them apart. But slowly, through the chaos, something changes. Our protagonist begins to soften. She finds something she never had: a makeshift family. Not perfect, not stable, but real. The movie's emotional message is clear. Heroism isn't about powers or costumes. It's about the people who stand beside you when everything falls apart. At the same time, sources suggest that the royal family will continue to keep their distance from Meghan if she continues using her royal title for commercial ventures. And let's be honest, that's something that surprises a lot of people. She stepped away from royal life, yet she still uses the Duchess of Sussex title in business endeavors, even when selling things like jams. Yes, you heard that right. The so-called jam saga has become a symbol of what experts call the title clash. Essentially, the family wants to keep things formal and separate. They're happy to support reconciliation and visits, but as long as Meghan's commercial activities don't leverage the royal title, the distance remains. Even though Meghan and Harry left royal duties back in 2020, they have continued to build their careers using their royal connection. Without the prestige of their titles, some say public interest wouldn't be nearly as high, and that's something that doesn't sit well with other members of the royal family. While they have every right to retain their titles, they were officially granted by Queen Elizabeth II on their 2018 wedding day, the family draws the line at using them for profit. Interestingly, while removing their titles entirely, like in the case of Prince Andrew, is theoretically possible, experts agree it's highly unlikely to happen. Instead, insiders predict that by 2026, we could see more visits from Meghan and Harry, but these will be carefully coordinated. Any return will likely emphasize personal reconciliation rather than commercial gain, ensuring the prestige and respect of the royal titles remain intact. And speaking of traditions, as the festive season approaches, royal watchers are already excited about how Europe's royal families celebrate Christmas. From historic ceremonies to intimate family gatherings, these traditions offer a glimpse into the private lives of royals, even as Meghan and Harry navigate their unique position in the family's public narrative. While some royal families stick to their main residences for the holidays, others like to mix things up. So where exactly are they heading this year? Well, insiders are calling it the ultimate royal retreat, a mix of historic castles and luxurious festive escapes, often kept under wraps until the celebrations begin. And when royal families jingle, you better believe they jingle all the way. Let's start with the British royal family. The annual Carol concert, beautifully organized by Princess Catherine, has just wrapped up, and the family is preparing to celebrate Christmas at their private Sandringham residence. Traditions here are taken very seriously. For instance, everyone arrives in order of seniority, ensuring the king isn't kept waiting. And they have a charming ritual of weighing themselves before and after the Christmas dinner, just to make sure they fully enjoyed the feast. Gift-giving is another extraordinary tradition. They exchange some truly unique, often extravagant presents designed to surprise and delight. And the festivities don't end there. There's also a custom of singing charades, keeping the holiday spirit alive throughout the residence. An interesting quirk of Sandringham's traditions is the breakfast setup the day after Christmas. Men gather in the dining room at 8:30 a.m. for a full English breakfast, while women enjoy a lighter continental breakfast later at 9 a.m., keeping with age-old customs. And those festive decorations, they stay up until February in memory of King George VI, who passed away at Sandringham in 1952 at just 25 years old. Across Europe, other royal households have their own enchanting traditions. In Spain, the royal family celebrates at the Zarzuela Palace in Madrid, with festivities continuing until January 5th. In Monaco, Prince Albert and Princess Charlene kick off the season at the end of November with a grand illumination ceremony at the palace, inviting family members for a truly princely celebration. Meanwhile, in Holland and even as far afield as La Villa La Austura in Argentina, royal families gather in elegant settings, combining centuries-old traditions with modern festive flair. Turning to the Dutch royal family, sources say they'll be following their own festive traditions this year, enjoying Christmas in their signature style. Meanwhile, the Swedish royal family is preparing for Christmas Eve at the official residence just west of Stockholm, where King Carl XVI Gustav and Queen Sylvia will host a family dinner, surrounded by the warmth of their holiday traditions. In Denmark, King Frederik and the royal family will gather at their summer residence outside Copenhagen, keeping a long-standing custom of celebrating Christmas together in an intimate setting. Over in Belgium, the Royal Palace in Brussels has already welcomed a massive Christmas tree, which has been on display since December 8th. It's a spectacular sight and perfectly reflects the grandeur of the season. Across Europe and around the world, royal families are keeping their cherished holiday traditions alive, from lavish decorations to family-centered celebrations. And for fans, the anticipation only grows, with predictions that by 2026, we might see even more exclusive coverage and glimpses into these extraordinary royal festivities. As we wrap up, a heartfelt thank you to everyone watching. From all of us here, we wish you a very Merry Christmas and a joyful holiday season. It's been a pleasure bringing you these updates, and we can't wait to share more royal stories with you in the coming year.